on this episode of the Third Gallon Podcast. After fighting off the frightful fog wraiths,
you heard about this alchemist, this goblin named Lyles Cogsmith. He was paranoid because he'd been attacked by these smog wraiths, you later found out, and then you defended him that night when the smog wraiths came for him. They had these floating headless corpses around them, and a lot of them were wearing uniforms from the local power plant, the Tinwound Hydroforge.
Micah's angels head to the Tinwound Hydroforge to find some answers.
The Tinwound Hydroforge sits atop a craggy island on the precipice of Alken Falls, like an ogre squatting atop a mound of skulls. A multitude of steel towers jut from the compound's domed roofs, crackling with electricity and shrouded in smog.
But something has gone very wrong.
A curved wooden visitor desk stands in the center of the room. Sitting atop the desk is a small sign which reads, Tinwound Hydroforge is currently closed to visitors. You see a humanoid figure. He's got his feet propped up on the table, has a big wide brim hat hanging over his face.
Put on your hard hats because we're heading to the power plant.
I love watching like really strong men suffer.
Verbal.
You got me. You got me in one.
Now.
So I've been watching some stuff recently, which is unusual for me.
Like birds?
Watching actual TV shows.
Oh.
And I want to talk about it. I just finished a show. This is going to date the episode because I think this is coming out in like November, and it is currently July.
Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday to you in the future, Jacob.
Happy birthday,
I hope you're still
Jacob.
alive.
I do too.
Yep.
Wow, thanks.
But
You just spoiled my plan, Derek.
oh, I'm sorry.
Way to fucking
Happy.
go.
Oh, you have to do it for me next year.
Yeah, I was going to surprise you.
But I just finished season 3 of Star Wars: The Bad Batch.
Bad Batch, yeah.
And it was pretty fucking amazing.
Wait, we haven't seen that season, so don't ruin it for us.
I will not ruin it for you. I will just say it was very good. It started strong. It was probably the best season so far. I'm a big Star Wars, the Clone Wars fan. Love Dave Filoni and all that animated stuff.
I love his OCs, Ventress.
Ahsoka. Actually, Ventress wasn't, I don't think his OC, because Ventress was
She
reused
was in the
2D animated.
However,
True.
she has a personality now.
Yes.
Yeah, but she's
And-
cool.
And Bo-Katan.
Ventress, Bo-Katan, Ahsoka, Savage,
the other
not Darth
Mandalorian
Maul.
lady, the queen.
Yes, Sabine. Lots of his OCs.
They're
But
good OCs.
Bad Batch was like Rebels. Rebels was fine, but it wasn't Clone Wars. And then Bad Batch was like Clone Wars' inheritor, and I think it lived up to it pretty well. And this last season definitely lives up to it. The only thing, it's not a spoiler if you know the people who make this. My one big prediction is like I knew this was going to be the last season, so I was like, they're going to set up another animated show.
Yep.
And I'm 90% sure they have set up, well, at least the way things end at the very end.
The way things end, it seems as though there's going to be a continuation.
A continuity, yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Which is perfect
Yeah.
because I want more. I don't want to spoil what it's about or where it's going, but I'm 99% sure another one's on the way, and it's very good. And if you like Star Wars: The Clone Wars, you will like the 3rd season of Bad Batch.
Nah, good.
That being said, I'm going to miss clone voice
Oh yeah.
since it's taking, beyond the Clone Wars era.
I mean, we have running into that problem in Bad Batch anyway, where he's only doing like the squad, so we're starting to run out of D. Bradley Baker. I like his voices.
I miss Rex.
But yeah, and then to follow up on that, the other show we watched one episode of was The Acolyte, that new Star Wars show.
Yeah, I didn't vibe with the story.
Apparently a lot of people haven't.
Yeah.
It's good to hear criticisms that aren't the same thing over and over again, so that's nice.
Yeah.
That being said, I really liked the costume design. I think that the actress for both the good guy and the bad guy, because they're, if you've seen it, it is really fun. I think that she would do a lot better in an animated thing because of how animated she is.
Oh. It's very odd being on the side of the that I don't in fact know.
It's episode 1. We can say they're twins.
Yeah, they're
okay.
twins.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it comes up in episode 1, I feel like it's not a spoiler.
They're
You know.
You know.
Yeah, I gotta say though, like I only made 1 episode into that. The visuals were cool. The Jedi drip was cool.
I loved seeing the knights again.
Yeah,
Seeing-
Jedi Knights.
Oh, Jedi Knight.
Seeing
okay.
them kind of in their heyday.
Like
Yes.
Yeah, but my problem is the writing was very weak from the start, and not in a they're new and trying. More like it felt like this is either AI writing this, or they're just bad at it.
That's kind of what I felt. It was very, I'm going to use all of the plot points indiscriminately.
Yeah, I would encourage you to watch the first episode. If it doesn't offend you, you might enjoy it. But the first episode it's not as bad.
First episode offend you?
It's just, I could tell the way the first episode was written that I was not going to enjoy the rest of the series because it was very exposition.
I hear you.
It lived up to the subpar nature of a lot of live action Star Wars stuff today.
I can think of very few things where I didn't like the first episode, the first book, the first movie, and liked everything else. Truly, I can think of very few things. Only one I can think of, the Fablehaven series.
The only thing
The Clone Wars movie.
I was about to say the Clone Wars animated thing, which I do really like. The movie sucked. The first episode was okay. The first season was okay.
I hated Ahsoka at first.
A lot of people did. That's why they fixed her.
But
and they did
I heard
such
they
a
said
good
it on
job.
purpose. They did it on purpose.
It could be. But were there, in Acolyte, were there at least good fights? Were there any fights in episode
There
1?
there
were-
was.
Was it good?
There was an amount of purposeful cringe that made me not like the fight scene. This is the opener. Starts off with like, Jedi, attack me with all your force, and she just stands there in a pose. And then people laugh at her.
So that's not a fight.
Well, no, they do
fight afterwards.
Oh, okay.
They fight afterwards. However, it didn't sell her as a good bad guy.
Oh, okay. Because that's the thing. A Star Wars anything needs good fight. I'm sorry. You can say I want a decent story. You're right. I want good visuals, and you're right. But Star Wars, the main selling point is lightsaber, at least at the beginning, and you need to have a reason to use lightsaber. You need fight.
It's what the prequel movies truly did correct.
Nowadays, I would say
Fights.
that it either needs a lightsaber or some form of Mandalorian.
Yeah.
A good blaster fight is still a good fight.
a
I
good
don't have
blaster
to
fight is
have a
perfect.
Jedi. We still need to actually watch Andorin, and I know that's
Andor.
and dang it. Andor, listen, it's me. This is what I'm good at,
No, we have a
baby.
long list we're trying to work
But
through.
I don't
But
expect that one to have phenomenal fights. I just know it's really good. It's just a good blaster fight is also
Jacob
a good fight.
ADHD
Really
doesn't
good.
line up well with shows that last more than 25 minutes.
That's the problem is Andor has a very slow burn,
It does.
but it is so exceptionally good.
I was already
The
really
build-off
liking
is
it.
incredible.
Yeah, the build-up, I can feel the build-up
Oh, we were
happening.
liking it.
It's just that we don't watch very many.
Like I said, Jacob cannot handle much more than 25 minutes. He grew up on 30-minute cartoons with commercial breaks.
Well, no, used to I could. I just am not able to much anymore. We used to watch a lot of stuff that was about for 50 minutes to an hour.
I
Like,
keep
whenever
trying
we
to get
did
you to it.
evenings,
You're the one who won't.
It's hard now.
You should try the first episode of The Acolyte and just see what I'm talking about.
I've been planning on it simply because I've heard so many people hate on it. And now that I've heard 2 people that I actually know dislike it, I find more validity in those criticisms.
There's the most of the criticism I've seen has been
lesbian space witches.
I haven't got to that part.
Well, that's all I've known from the critics, and if that's the only thing I've heard, I haven't heard anything actually bad about the show itself.
None of that stuff, like the reinvention of space witches, I've heard is annoying to me because the Dathomiri Night
There
Sisters
were
are
already
Night
really
Sisters.
cool space witches in Star Wars, people.
Yeah, I don't know why you need to reinvent
Why do we need
the
to
wheel.
redo them? They were already there, and they were cool.
I feel as though Zabrak are just completely underused.
Zabrak?
But
Meshach?
And Bendigo, yes. Maul,
Yes,
Ventress,
yes.
Savage.
But to me, it's
That's right.
yes, dude.
I'm sorry. I remembered. Okay.
to me the thing is all the criticism misses out on the main problem, which is the writing kind of sucks.
It feels as though it came from the same place as Obi-Wan.
It's not as bad as Obi-Wan, in my opinion. I did not care for Obi-Wan.
It might not be as bad as Obi-Wan because it's not this character that we've had for 30 years being,
puppeted around.
Yes, his corpse being puppeted around.
I always heard with Obi-Wan, and I kind of agree with it, that it might have made a decent movie, but they stretched it too much for a show.
I think the fundamental concept was flawed,
Yeah.
and then the antagonist was poorly written.
The antagonist was poorly written right up until it was not that antagonist, but breaking all the lore.
Oh, lightsabers are so effective killing machines.
It's like, I can understand Darth Maul getting stabbed and like cut in half and living through it because he's so angry.
Yeah.
But a child getting stabbed and living through it is a little bit of a stretch.
I want to see Darth Maul get stabbed as a child.
Ooh, a child gets stabbed?
Oh
and
my goodness.
Obi-Wan,
She's not like child,
She's
but she is
Padawan.
younger. Yeah.
she gets stabbed as a Padawan by Vader.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that. I thought you were talking about the, listen, spoilers, okay? Spoilers for Obi-Wan.
That's like 2 years old.
Yeah, I know. Just in case, because the master guy gets stabbed, and it turns out he's not dead. The villainess in Obi-Wan stabs the head Inquisitor and tries to take his spot. Turns out he's not dead. He got stabbed by a lightsaber. It's supposed to do stuff, and he wasn't nearly as angry as Darth Maul.
But
Yeah.
he was petty. God,
that's-
he was petty.
Petty doesn't give you power. It just makes you really cool and spiteful.
I don't know. I feel like petty gives me
doesn't
power.
give you power. Heck yes, it does.
Darth Maul was so angry he lived. That guy was just calm and collected. Oh, I live. I'm going to surprise them later. He.
Darth Maul should have been the main character.
Yeah. Of something.
Yeah.
I really liked, because it seemed like I haven't seen this movie, but I know the ending. It seems like they were building up to more Darth Maul stuff at the end of the Han Solo movie.
Can you imagine if like Obi-Wan the series dropped and you see Obi-Wan and then it hard cuts to Darth Maul and we just follow him?
Darth Maul the series.
Darth Maul the series.
Unfortunately,
Jeez.
he's dead.
We catch up to him and he's like cut in half at the bottom of that. Bottom
that
of the
would
shaft.
be the best place to find him, because we already know what happened there. He just went crazy for a little bit.
No, but watching that would be so cool.
I don't know. After one episode of A Crazy Man, I'm ready for something else. Because he didn't have any character growth until they found him.
I still think it would be cool.
I think it'd be neat for
I love watching
episode.
like really strong men suffer.
Verbal.
You got me. You got me in one.
Now, we love Star Wars. Mm-hmm. It's, I've realized something.
What's up?
We will complain about stuff we care about a whole lot.
Yeah. If we don't give a shit about it, we won't bring it
Why
up.
would I bother complaining about it if I don't care?
It really makes me want to try the Fantasy Flight Star Wars games. We did a beginner box of that one time, and it was very fun.
The thing is,
You
I just
gremlins.
don't care about Star Wars as much as an adult as I used to.
No.
Ever since the Disney thing happened, my intensity, honestly, Disney and then the first movie in the new trilogy, I just
That was Disney.
don't. Yeah, I know they go together, but there was this nebulous space between Disney acquiring it, where we had like Rebels and other stuff happen, and then the movie happened. And I was just like,
Meh.
I don't care about this anymore.
But I will give them one thing. They did very well in The Mandalorian.
But not even all of it. Like the first season was great, and then it was
I liked the second season
the
too.
second season's fine. I honestly enjoyed the third season, but I could tell you objectively it was a lot less than the first one.
Oh, totally.
I
But
sure am glad that big guy is totally fine.
they definitely got one good season out of it.
He's fine. He's fine.
He did as hell.
Somebody
fine.
has to die.
He's
Somebody
fine.
has to die, says
he was the
Jacob.
one.
He's fine.
I vibe with the I like the Clone Wars era stuff. A whole lot. And you know what? I go find Legends books. I really like them too. I like how at that point in time there was a cohesive, ongoing story, all interconnected, and nobody had said take backsies on it yet.
Yeah, honestly, I like Clone Wars era stuff, but like for all the people I know who are original trilogy era purists, it feels like Disney has done nothing but dilute that time frame in terms of content. Because for everything like Andor and The Mandalorian, there's also Obi-Wan. There's all these other things that just kind of cheapen it. There's the whole sequel trilogy, which just cheapens the last original 3 movies, rather. Anyway.
I know exactly how to fix everything. Hi, Disney. Stop making fucking humans your main characters. Do something original, for God's sake.
Disney, I will buy Star Wars from you for $50.
That's a good idea. You know, I've always said it. One of the best Legends content post or original trilogy era is the Jedi Knight series of stuff. So like Jedi Outcast, Jedi Academy.
I really enjoyed a lot of the books I read that, you know, no longer count for canon, which that was the thing that made me the most angry at the time. But like, I loved Darth Bane and the Rule of Two, and there was a whole series based off of that. And I loved, there was a book about Darth Vader's first actions after becoming Darth Vader that helped solidify him and get rid of his like regrets and like uncertainties.
Itching?
What?
Was it itching?
Itching.
Because he's very, very itchy. Apparently, his suit's super uncomfortable.
Well, I mean, I think that
makes sense.
I just remember because he's really cool, because Jedi are running away from him, and he yeets his lightsaber, and a door closes, and it keeps going, kills the senator, and comes back and bounces against the door, because, you know, he tried to bring it back. And the Jedi, they're like, oh crap, man, and they have to run.
Crap, man.
Very good Vader stuff. I like seeing Vader at the peak of his Vaderness. Mm-hmm. I also like seeing Vader becoming Vader. That's real neat. I liked parts of that in the Obi-Wan series.
I liked parts of that in the Ahsoka series.
Yeah?
I liked seeing...
the Ahsoka series. We haven't watched that one yet either.
That one's I would say that one's fine, but it's really only fine if you've seen Rebels. If you haven't seen Rebels, half the stuff in that, it doesn't make sense.
Then we should finish
and I'm not going to lie.
It would have been better animated.
It would have been better animated, and it would have been better if they had just not touched anything Rebels. Rebels is the cesspit of animated Star Wars.
I disagree. Rebels is fine.
Well, then what's the worst one, Derek?
Animated Star Wars?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I believe there may have been some Ewok animated movies.
Yeah. There's a lot of trash out there.
Talking about current canon.
Oh, honestly, Clone Wars movie is way worse than Rebels.
The thing
Chunks
is,
of
it
the
had
first
like
Clone Wars season
2 hours.
is worse than Rebels.
Well, I'll say it like this: Rebels might be the worst animated, but I don't think it was bad. Is the thing? It was bad. We enjoyed it when we watched. I think we watched the first season. I still liked it. I gotta say, at the point that we're at now, I'm less vibing with it, but that's because I like good guys being good guys, and this is the part where what's his face is conflicting because he's like Darth Maul was really cool. And
can you blame him?
Yeah, I can't blame him.
Can you blame him?
So he's like doing the whole conflicting thing right now. And I'm like, he's being a jerk to his friends, and I don't like that.
I wish that they wouldn't pussyfoot around it. If somebody wants to be a villain, make them a villain.
I like seeing the descent in the villain. I want to see a villain that cares about their friends. Because every time a good guy goes evil, they're like, well, now I'm going to be mean to everybody because I hate you and you're trying to do good stuff. I'm like, no, let the villain he won't be nice.
You want a complicated villain who still has like loyalties to certain people.
You should watch Andor, dude. No one's a good guy there. They'll have their own complicated little motives.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good.
Some people's motive is that they can't swim.
That's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
That is a real shame.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to cut this off before we talk for Star Wars for 30 minutes. Centuries before the Star Wars was raised, the Wizard Kings, Obi-Wan and Anakin
kind of
warred with one another, scarring the land between them into a devastated, unstable magic galaxy. From the glowing ashes of the Force Waste arose Tatooine, the city of smog, metropolis of...
That's kind of funny, actually.
I kind of love it. Keep going.
Sand.
Skyscrapers, factories, and Jabba the Hutt wonders. To the world, Tatooine is the pinnacle of innovation and determination in the face of insurmountable sand. On its streets, life in Alkenstar is a non-stop race to stay ahead of the sand. And it's here that a desperate group, hungry for sand, living on the edge of the sand, hunts for the ones who cast them sand. They are the Outlaws of Alkenstar.
Beautiful, Derek. Beautiful. Though that would fit so well as a random bit in an Alkenstar bar.
Ooh.
We have run into aliens. Is this just Star Wars?
All right.
Squid.
That's right. You did run into aliens. What is
That
it?
I and the guy that was going to experiment on us.
Horrors from beyond the stars.
Horrors from beyond the stars.
Technically the dog.
bug person, right?
Technically the dog.
And the dog.
And the dog.
Honestly, there's a lot of aliens in Pathfinder.
That's interdimensional. Not
Cthulhu stuff is actually deep space. Like
Okay, let's get on with it.
Stop. Take your medicine.
He didn't, and that's the problem.
Yeah, I can tell.
might have coffee.
Last time we left you guys, you were busy back in Alkenstar. You got back from the gunworks, you met Gurm and Gur in their bar, and you heard about a bunch of disappearances that had been happening around Hellside. You went and investigated the site of one of them in Dead Man's Alley and found some spooky stuff. You found a corpse collar around. Okay. And you also noticed, I think I described that, everything was kind of foggy.
at night. Yeah.
And you heard about this alchemist, this goblin named Lyles Cogsmith from another goblin named Bingus.
We never found out Bingus's name.
We never found out.
Whoa.
Bingus's
But
name.
we know, us, outside of the game, we know it was Bingus.
Did the Wraiths drop anything?
Yeah, we actually talked about that.
Okay,
We'll get to that
I
in a
forgot.
second. Whenever you met Lyles, he was paranoid because he'd been attacked by these smog wraiths, you later found out, and had trapped his apartment, which happens to also be the same apartment.
Exact one that Shoma fucking Lyserius had.
Yep.
Where Al died.
And he had trapped it up, but you convinced him to let you in, and then you defended him that night when the smog wraiths came for him.
Two of them.
And you killed them. They had these floating headless corpses around them, and a lot of them were wearing
Freaky.
uniforms from the local power plant, the Tinwound Hydroforge. And Lyles told you that he's seen some of the wraiths floating across the river from the Hydroforge.
How many wraiths?
He at least saw these two, or two like this pair.
That means there could be more.
You did find some loot from the wraiths. Lyles gave you his ring of elemental resistance.
I thought it was
like
a token.
I think it's
Or a totem.
It was a totem. It was a
totem.
charm of fire resistance.
a charm.
Yeah,
it's
something that is expendable.
It's a ring in the core rulebook. It is a charm in player core or GM core remaster stuff.
Oh, so it's permanent.
Yeah.
That makes it much more useful.
Yeah. Yeah, if you look it up.
That is one thing I am not a big fan of with the remaster.
Charm
or,
of resistance.
Or Pathfinder 2nd Edition in general is that there are a lot less permanent buffs.
There are,
And they're all a lot further down
Yes,
in
they are
terms
a
of-
lot further down.
in terms of both
Fucking-
level requirement and gold.
Fucking 1E has some sick ass magic items, but they are
But one is
busted.
a very unbalanced game.
Oh yeah.
You don't play 1E for balance. You play 1E to simulate a world that's as fucked up as Galarian was.
Yeah. It
You
is
play 1E to play
busted.
God mode.
Oh, so in this case, at first I thought we were just going to sell it, cause but who wants
If it's permanent, we should keep it.
who wants fire resistance?
Yeah.
Who's going to be up close and personal? Either me or Eleanor.
Yeah.
Eglinor, cause you could end up throwing fire with one of your spells.
That is true.
And it would protect me from the fire. But Psycheer is our healer who we need to keep alive. So I can see that both ways.
I would say Eglinor because you can throw
Yeah.
fire, and you often put life touch on Eglinor, and that would
and it would keep you from taking fire damage if you were.
So I'm going to take damage anyways.
That's true.
I'm at the top of that list if you take damage.
But
If it
it's
goes
fire,
like this, it will be 5 off the top because of the resistance. Then there's me. Then there's your pool.
Yes.
Yeah.
So one of you two, you could flip for it, roll for it.
I'm okay just giving it to you.
Okay, I'll take it. I did want to just bring up the benefit and giving it to a healing character as well, though.
Yeah.
Thank you, though.
Eglinor.
Eglinor.
So what is it called specifically so I can add it to my...
Charm of resistance.
Well, that's the
comma,
remaster
fire.
version. If you don't find Charm of Resistance Fire, it is Ring of Energy Resistance.
Okay.
In the Legacy version, parentheses fire. Oh man, 2E likes its parentheses instead of its commas. 1E was very comma heavy.
Because our joke is this, comma, that.
Oh yeah, giant comma fire. Tui also likes whenever you have something like a variant of things, just doing something else with it, like with clockwork stuff.
Like the Doulahan.
Not the Doulahan, more like if there's a type of enemy per level. So like elementals, instead of having like lesser, medium, regular, great, or whatever,
Yeah.
they'll just have like a named thing. Like in the beginner box, there's something called a cinder rat, which would just be a lesser fire elemental in other games. But it's like an actual thing instead of just being like a pared down version of a bigger thing. So it gives it more uniqueness, which I think is really neat.
Ring
Okay.
of fire resistance.
Yes, the regular
Sick
one.
Nasty.
So that'll be 5 resistance to
Yep.
fire damage. Cool.
Thank you.
Would have been really, really nice if we had this, like
Way
3 sessions ago
Earlier. Oh, I thought we were
with the
talking about-
Pyronite thing.
Yeah, that would have been
I thought we
amazing.
were talking about Al, but
He
Yeah,
died
but it
from
was
bleeding.
acid.
and fire had a major part in that fight too.
It was acid
Fire
and
was
bleeding.
something I could heal.
Yeah.
But that's where we were. What do you guys want to do? You just finished this fight. How are you guys looking?
How are everybody's resources?
I think that I spent a good section of my spellless.
How much of it?
I'm looking. Hang on.
Basically, you're going to determine whether or not we rest or not.
I am below half health.
We can heal that though.
Yes, I've got 1/5 rank out of 2. I've got. Did I just use cantrips otherwise?
I believe you did.
Never mind. I'm fucking stacked. I'm just hurt as hell.
All right.
All right.
But we can heal you.
Battle medicine.
Let's go ahead and resolve that then.
Chester is healed, so you don't need to worry about him.
And I'm good.
How good are you, Eleanor?
Perfect full health.
Okay, good.
I thought we were talking about morally.
Oh no, I don't give a shit
I
about
mean,
that.
Eleanor is emotionally a little stirred from being in the same place where Al died and may wish to see the place just because, but
Especially since Psyche had that. You get to hear my surface most thoughts
yeah.
and pulled that bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah, so she is going to ask for that
Derek, can
before we leave.
You know how in first edition you could enchant like stacks of bullets or arrows?
Yeah, what's the munitions?
You could make +1 fire arrows,
Yeah.
even if you didn't have a +1 fire bow. Can you do that in 2E?
I do not know.
Because I know there are magic ammunitions, but I'm wondering if you can enchant like 50 bullets like you could in first edition.
I am going to try and heal myself.
I don't think you can put potency runes on
Treat
it.
yourself.
Yes.
All
and
right,
I'm-
so what DC are you going to roll against Psyche here?
I think that I'm going to go for the 21 so I can get crits.
Okay, let's see. How many checks did you do? I have like 13 different.
Yeah.
Psyche here, or the Observer
I
is
have
healed
it
for
too.
23 damage. Okay, so
It's still rolling dice on my screen.
Yeah.
It looks-
so long as I don't get a 1.
yeah, so it looks like it takes you like an hour.
Maybe an hour or so, yeah.
Cool.
If it helps, Chester can give you an item that will let you heal 1 HP per minute.
After we just rolled all these checks, Jacob.
That would only help. It wouldn't solve the problem.
No, I'm
Okay.
fine. Thank you.
Jacob just did the equivalent of after you finish performing surgery on you. Hey, do you want this healing item?
Hey,
Yeah.
I got a band-aid.
Slowly turns head to look at Jacob.
Well, it's floating around my head this whole time. You can see it. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. This is the Chester. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Give me beans.
Give me beans?
What?
He's a little hungry. He just fought.
Okay, well, he's not getting any beans. All right, so what do you guys want to do?
No
you,
beans for Chester.
you heard about the stuff coming from the Hydroforge. Are you going to rest?
We could go.
We could go to the Hydroforge. Let me look at my ammo unition.
Oh, hero points.
Oh, yes.
Yes, we need those.
Reset to 1.
I lost one.
I gained one.
I gained one because I had none. I knew this episode was coming.
This is why you gotta get up in front, buddy.
You gotta know your multiples of 4.
I know my multiples of 5.
If you're one away from
I'm
your
proud of
multiple
you.
of 4, use
Thank
them
you.
up.
I tried. I didn't have enough bad rolls to use them last time we played.
Oh, shut your face.
Shut up. Oh, look at me. I can't roll below a 12.
poorly enough to need a hero point. Yeah.
The question is, do we want to go to the hydro plant at night?
I mean, that seems to be the only time whenever the wraiths show up.
True that.
Or do we want to go when the wraiths aren't there?
Okay, so it depends on what our goals are. Do we
what's our
want
goal?
to prevent more murders, or do we want to investigate first?
We could.
That is a good question, though.
My thing is, I used my only ghost touch voodoo.
You
Same
could buy
here.
another one.
We could buy
They're
more.
so expensive for a one-use item. They are 40 gold
Oof.
for a one-use item, and it lasts 10 minutes.
Hey, you'll be fine. All you need is like here with a little
It's like-
disrupt under
I
the
have
roof.
magic weapon, if that would help.
No, because our weapons are already
Yeah,
magic.
already magic.
We'll probably be fine. I also have 2 ghost touch bombs.
You're not. You have stuff. All I got is my +1 rapier. I mean, but if you guys don't mind one of us being useless, I can fight some more wraiths.
On our way there
useless.
this night, can we buy some more ghost touch fulus at the
24-hour
night market?
Fulu store.
Yeah, it's
The
Alkenstar.
24-hour
Yeah.
Fulu market.
Night market.
Let's have one more just to be safe. Let's for reals.
Heck, honestly, we're not using our party pool a whole lot. We could buy 2
Just
or
buy-
3.
buy
Give
some
you
out of the party
2,
pool.
give me
Somebody's
1.
just gonna fucking explode this episode, I tell you.
No, we really should just buy them out of the party pool and get some. Because I only have my rapier.
Let's go.
Oh.
Let's dip into the party pool. Get you 2 ghost touch fulus.
Okay. You take care of the party pool.
Let's chat with Usuvu.
Suva's fucking asleep if she's even in town.
Oh,
It's like
I
11 at
miss
night.
her.
Ghost Bane.
I miss her
Fulu.
too.
It's like almost midnight when you're doing this.
She seems like a late night.
Just knock, 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 knock.
Hi.
Suvu. How did you find where I was? I'm a detective.
sleeping.
We're gonna talk to you before we go into this wraith-infested hydro plant.
Yeah, baby.
You don't want to take Usuvu with you to this place.
She's a lower level NPC.
Usuvu will die.
It's actually only 1 minute you get it for each Fulu, but that should be fine for one fight.
Yeah, but 1 minute, 10 rounds would be a fight.
And then
Should.
I'll get you one. I'm also going to get Chester one, just in case we get into like
You
a big
told me to get 2.
corporeal fight. Yeah. Oh yeah. You
I
get.
I love whenever things are like a regeneration period of 10 minutes, because by round like 62, you could be able to use it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you are in round 62, there's bigger issues
There are
than
bigger
the blast
issues.
That's just saying once per combat without using the words
Once per combat.
I feel as though that would be a perfectly like normal thing to say.
Actually, that would be a great way to put it in the rules. Once per combat, you may.
I see I see why. It's because if you say once per combat and then you have like a end of book 1 of Giant Slayer attack on the city, that a whole attack would probably take hours, at least an hour. I would say hours, realistically speaking, and some people would consider that one combat.
Yeah.
Whereas if you say once per 10 minutes, every time there's a fight after running to the other side of the city, you could use it then.
I kind of think that the once per combat sort of dealio that they had in 4E was interesting.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's just like 4E. 4E has powers, and it's like at will, which is free all the time. Encounter powers is what they called it, which is once per combat, which is like focus stuff, and then once per day stuff, and that was like the really strong stuff.
All right, good. Purchases are
We're
made.
ready.
I am ready.
All right, so you going to go to the Hydroforge tonight?
I'm gonna go. Well, let's go hydro some forge.
Sure. Let's go forge some hydros.
So what you're going to have to do is end up crossing a bridge, I think, to get over there. You're going to have to cross over to Skyside, and then you go around on Skyside, and
Do we see any wraiths while we're there?
you don't. It's very foggy because it's like midnight. Moon's out, I want to say. It's murky. Yes, Jacob?
You said this was a power plant?
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, you see it. The only way to get to it is because it's like on the edge of the waterfall. So all the like fast rushing water runs into its like turbines, basically. There's like a little rocky island, and this power plant is a building with bronze domes sitting on top of it. And the only way you can get to it is by boat, but obviously that's very dangerous because it's on the waterfall itself. So the boats have like a big steel cable that runs from the island to the shore on Skyside, and like a thing that attaches to it, and you just like crank it like a bike gear.
Oh, so it's like old-timey ferries
Yeah, actually.
or
But-
like a ski lift.
But instead of having to like hold on to it, like it's just something you would crank yourself. But it's also
Like one of those
Alkenstar.
rail carts.
Yeah, it's also Alkenstar coded where it's clockwork and gear heavy. And it's late at night. You don't see anyone manning the ferry, but the Hydroforge is a place that like people can visit because it's a wonder of Alkenstar. So you get on one of the boats and you like start going into this smog. It's like a mix of like Alkenstar smog, you know, mist rising up from the fast rushing water. You can go moving yourself across the water. And you notice as you're going across, like there's a bunch of power poles on top of the Hydroforge. They like zzz, 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 little crackles of electricity, and you see like the power cables going out into Alkenstar.
They would have uncovered electrical cables.
They would.
Hot dog.
Is anything you say as you're on this boat going across the river?
Sure is weird that those electrical cables are uncovered.
What you talking about? Why would they ever be covered? What would
Psycheer holds up their arm and pokes at a
What would they cover them in?
At a rubber-coated wire.
Who's going to be stupid enough to touch it?
The cables going out of it, I think. There are insulated cables, but there's like these almost like Tesla towers where everything hooks up to.
Oh, so that's just like the power towers that can't be covered. Okay.
Yeah. But you do see them like
birds, squirrels.
Get wrecked,
Chester
birds.
says those birds deserve to die.
So that's the original recipe for rat, grits, and rat. They just came upon it one day with being shocked.
Tastes lightning-y.
Yeah. Nice and
I just
crispy.
hope this mist and fog and smog are just Alkenstar and not
Oh, almost certainly not. Don't you smell it?
smog.
What's the smell, Derek? Now that I've said that snarkily.
Yeah, what does it smell like?
it smells like nasty city river.
Okay, good. Yay!
Mixture of that weird scent when you can smell power and lightning in the air.
No, you don't get that.
You don't get that?
No
Okay.
ozone smell?
No.
No ozone
No
smell
ozone.
from the power plant? Or are we just not close enough yet?
Is Alkenfalls dirty, nasty, gross?
The river, I mean, it's in the middle of a city, so it's an industrial city, so it's not fetid, but it's not perfect.
You wouldn't go swimming in it?
No.
No. Not at least unless you were up the river of Alkenstar.
What's the city's water sanitation like? Do they have a good system for managing sewers?
I have no idea, dude.
Okay.
Sure, I'm glad we bought these extra Ghostbane Fulus.
Can't imagine. Polishes nails.
Not all of us
click,
do
click,
magic.
click, 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 click nails. In fact, most people don't. It's very dangerous. And I'm actually not thrilled that you guys have to stay so close to me while we're going across this thing.
What are you talking about? Touchdown!
That's okay.
Most of us have only our steel and lead to defend us.
But there is a certainty in steel, isn't there?
It's
Eleanor
certainly
pats
hard.
the rapier, glad it's back. Yes.
Shut the fuck
Yes,
up,
there is.
Chester.
She's very happy to have her actual sword back, even though Sword King was really cool.
Shut up, Chester. Love you, Mima. I mean,
Love you, Psychic. Wait.
Love you, Psychic.
no, wait. Insult some bad guy. Loveless, you're a fool and you deserve to die. Why don't you shut your trap? No, wait.
Shut your trap, I love you.
I hope you die, you sheriff. Love you, Mima.
Love you, Mima. Mima in the background, miles away. Love you too, Chester.
She could just fucking be floating after us invisibly.
You would never know. She comes out of the wraith cloud. Chester, you forgot to make your bed.
Mima, I haven't been
I'm collecting
home in
corpses.
so long.
You didn't make it before you left.
I'm collecting corpses, son.
Collective what?
I'm collecting corpses, headless corpses.
Corpses?
If I can't find your father, I'm going to make sure that all the other bastards in this town don't have sons either.
It'd probably be easier to find them than the bottle caps she was going after one time.
Bottle caps.
People collect bottle caps.
Is that why he fucking went out into the sun and evaporated?
No, she was collecting bottle
Oh,
caps.
she was collecting bottle
And
caps.
then she's collecting corpses.
I didn't
Dang.
know that Mima collected bottle
Alkenstarians
caps.
collect weird things.
Neither did I.
Okay. Character development.
So I have a new map for you guys.
I love
It's going to be
Yay!
interesting because normally this map is set during the day, but Foundry lets it work at night.
Dynamic.
You pull yourself on the little boat all the way over here and check out this map.
Oh, it's cool.
Oh, that's very charming.
It's atmospheric.
It's
So
actually-
is this us landing on it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
dock. You're on it. You can see from where you are, there's two like big intake pipes facing the river on this big rocky thing. I'm sorry I can't show the audience this map because it just would not look good on the video.
No, it wouldn't.
But you land on this big rocky thing and it's loud because the water is rushing. You can see the waterfall is
What?
just on the other side of this thing.
What?
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 It's so loud I can't see.
Speak up! Whoever you are, I can't hear you!
What?
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 What? What? What?
Shut the fuck up.
I love you, Mimo.
Why don't I give you some flavor text?
I love flavor
Yes,
text.
please.
The Tinwound Hydroforge sits atop a craggy island on the precipice of Alken Falls, like an ogre squatting atop a mound of skulls. A multitude of steel towers jut from the compound's domed roofs, crackling with electricity and shrouded in smog. Near the main entrance, two enormous stone pipes suck vast amounts of water into the bowels of the building.
Me when I'm thirsty.
On the western edge of the Hydroforge, a winding staircase leads to the roof. On the eastern end of the small island, two small landings allow for boats to dock.
I can tell I've been playing Elden Ring again recently because when you said ogre squatting over the edge, my first thought was, let there be dung.
I see.
Let there be dung.
Which is the message over every hole in a dungeon you find in Elden Ring.
Of course. I don't know
Let
if
there
your
be dung.
characters can see it, but on the, I'll move your guys over here. There is some stairs. You probably would have seen this as you approached on the other side of the island.
Ooh, chipster. Ah, I see.
Hang on.
Oh, yeah, there's the stairs.
Has it been more than an hour since we fought?
Yes.
Then I'm going to reactivate
I'm
my
going to move you back to the dock.
corpse board pendant. So that on the off chance there is a wraith and on the off chance that they sneak up on us and roll a 1, I'll be invisible. Okay?
I get it.
Don't forget, you would have taken your dark vision elixirs
Yippee.
on the way to
Oh, yeah.
the goblin, so they would still be active because they are 8 hours.
As you look around though, there's one door right here, close to the edge of the dock. There's one door at this, it looks like more of a main entrance right here at the very front of this domed building. And then there's those stairs that I showed you on the other end.
Chester's going to drink some of his instant coffee that he has.
Gross.
Gross. Love it. Hate it. Love it.
Does it have an
it's,
effect?
it's in a little vial, and he shakes it up and drinks it. Yes, it makes his D6s, his 3D6s into 3D8s.
Oh, that's cool.
And he shits his pants immediately.
And gives him let there
Gives
be
him the
done.
tummy rumbles.
I almost got you.
I had a mouthful of water. That would have been bad.
All over the computers.
It also lets my
Do we-
society check be higher.
Do we want to take the front entrance or the side entrance?
Or the
We
other
could
side
do
entrance.
both. We could do all 3 and meet in the middle.
Yeah, that
That
couldn't
sounds great.
possibly
Totally
go
split
bad.
the party.
Hey, which direction takes us to the TPK encounter?
Jacob is very
I'll
afraid
take
of something
that
in
one.
this building. I've told Jacob that there's a lot of fun stuff coming up, and Jacob's afraid.
That it's in this building?
Rather, I told Jacob that there is a particular encounter in this book that I'm afraid of, and Jacob is dead certain it's in this building.
I mean, was it Mario? No. Who's the commenter?
One commenter said that there.
That one didn't help.
I think it was other Jacob. I'll find out. real
Oh, is it me but not?
Hello, other Jacob.
No wonder Jacob's upset about it,
It
because the other
was-
Jacob knows, and he doesn't.
quick. It is other Jacob.
Yeah.
Other Jacob said that they had a TPK, and Jacob's convinced that the encounter that did it is coming up. I won't tell him anything.
Oh, is that why you're doing so many precautionary measures? Like, remember, you could buy electricity. Make sure we have more Ghostbane Fulus.
Oh, no. Ghostbane Fulu is because we just fought a ghost, and
True,
electricity is
too.
because we're going to a power plant. So, like, those, I'm not doing anything extra
Yes,
that I
this
wouldn't have
isn't
done
like
other hand.
particularly egregious metagaming.
I just know that something's coming and I'm scared.
Oh, also, if you look
Dude.
at the side of the map, you can see the little animated waterfall.
I really love it. You can
Where is
see it.
that?
About the biggest metagaming I've done is ask Psycheer how many spell slots they have left before we come here.
I mean, if
And
you've
that's
worked
still
with
reasonable.
Psycheer this long, you would know how long they could go.
I mean, Psycheer's abilities change quite frequently.
Yeah.
Hey, Sakir, I just learned a new formula. I'm assuming that means that you can cast
Another
a
spell.
spell of about third, maybe-ish rank if I had to rank spells.
Eleanor just got incrementally better at stabbing things, so
Where do you guys want to go?
Do you guys want to take the route of going to the roof and fighting the boss like we did in Reign of Winter?
Yes, I have a climb speed.
let's do it.
There's two doors and then there's the stairs up to the roof.
Yeah, stairs up to the
Yeah,
roof.
let's take the stairs.
Okay. The door, you're at a door right now. I didn't know if that's the way you wanted to go.
Oh, that's a wall.
And Chester, that's the front door you're walking by.
Oh.
Do we
In
see
fact,
anything
there's a
when we pass the front door?
I didn't know there was
Right
a
here.
door there. Oh, right there's the door.
In fact,
No.
so it's like you can see through it because it's got glass on it. It's like the main entrance.
Ah.
You see what looks like a person at a desk.
Oh, do they look alive?
They're in like a uniform with a hat. They're sitting
Okay.
down, like
They-
hat over them.
Do they have a head?
Do you
I will
want to
do a
go in?
perception.
I will look through the window to
Yeah,
see if
I'm
they're
going to do a
moving.
perception check through the window. Because
Sure.
we know people are dead here. 30. Nope,
Heyo.
32.
Anyone
Yeah,
else rolling?
coffee.
I'm gonna do it too.
I will not.
Not as good as Chester. That is a 26.
So
But my perception is better than it was because I upped my wisdom with
Are
my
they fucking dead,
level.
Derek? Are they fucking dead?
No, we didn't go inside. We're looking through the window.
Like creeps.
you see,
Like creeps.
I'll just give you the flavor text for this room. You see white marble tiles and a domed bronze ceiling give that room it's a large room. It gives it an air of ostentatiousness. A curved wooden visitor desk stands in the center of the room, while several large potted ferns decorate the walls. Sitting atop the desk is a small sign which reads, Tinwound Hydroforge is currently closed to visitors. You see a humanoid figure through the glass, just like looks like a dude in overalls of like a technician. He's got his feet propped up on the table, has a big wide brim hat hanging over his face.
Does he look like he's taking a nap?
Kinda.
Does the hat look like it's sitting properly?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it does say it's closed, so he could be resting.
Zach, here, I have a question.
Yes.
If you cast Disrupt Undead on a living person, do people see, does a bolt fly out? How's that work?
Well, if I had to describe it, I would say that I would lance the target with energy and deal 1d6 positive damage plus spellcasting ability modifier.
So it's an energy lance.
Is it visible energy?
Is
Probably.
vitality visible?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, never mind then. Because my thought was we could creak open the door and you
But-
could cast it, and if they're alive, it wouldn't hurt them and they wouldn't know. But if he was dead,
I mean, if I was quiet enough, I imagine that they would stay asleep.
The sign says they're closed, so maybe we should take a side entrance or the stairs.
Also, you're having to like talk kind of loudly because it's
oh yeah, that's
That means
fair.
that he's used to sounds, though.
Yeah, he's used to noise.
That means he's a deep fucking sleeper.
or he's dead.
Or he's
He's
dead.
just
Or
got
he's
a
undead,
permanent
rather.
white noise machine on.
Oh, hot dog. That man knows what's up. Let's go take the stairs. Well, that guy's probably a zombie. Just keep going.
Well, we can just work our way down. You either work your way up or work your way down.
Chester is also going to drink a Eagle Eye Elixir.
Could I do, like, detect magic?
Sure. You don't detect any magic coming from the room.
Okay.
It just sounds like a regular old reception area.
Yep.
A waiting desk.
Oh, that
You
beautiful
said
perception.
a curved wooden visitor desk,
Yeah.
and the pause
Here, why
made
not-
it seem like there was a curved wooden visitor, like an ent.
Here, why don't I
But
just
sexy.
let me just open the door so you can see real quick.
Oh, okay.
Yippee!
Oh my goodness.
Did you see it? Chester sprinting back.
I was
Chester
struggling.
sprinting, jams
Jacob arrow
Sakir,
keying.
like, under him.
That's what it looks like.
It's cool.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, we could take him out and then go to the roof.
We don't have to kill him.
He's an undead.
We're not certain it's undead.
We are uncertain. Chester is certain he's undead.
Are you saying
Then
Chester
let's-
is certain it's undead or Jacob is certain it's
Then
undead?
Both.
let's
Undead.
just
The evidence-
knock on the door.
The evidence points to it. Honestly, rather than knocking, we should open the door and you should do your thing.
I will.
Honest, that's probably
Paranoid much?
no. He's undead. The people, the corpses floating around the fog beast, were all wearing these uniforms,
Yeah, but that
And they-
doesn't mean they're all undead.
and they came here. From here, these people are dead or
So
undead.
can I do this without opening the door since I have a line of sight?
No, the door's in the way.
Okay, because I don't have to roll an
It's-
attack.
Oh, you
It's
can
a-
play my favorite
it's a
game,
bolt.
open
it's
and
a bolt
shut.
of something.
Yeah, it has to go. The door's in the way.
You open the door, throw your attack, shut the door, recover your stamina and your spell. Then open the door, throw your attack, shut the door.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to do this again. I'll just
Just open.
yes, I
Chester
will
will-
stick my little hando in there and cast Disrupt Undead.
As soon as you open the door,
Can we open it quietly at the very least?
sure. You're all stacked up in front of this door. You guys
I like
are
to think that we're
so.
totemed.
You guys are so on edge.
I like to think that we're totemed.
I will. I will move to the top. Eleanor, you should move to the bottom.
I was going to say I could stay. Oh, well, the Psycheer's doing an attack.
Yeah.
All right, make a stealth check.
Fuck me. Okay.
Just like the three heads looking around a corner. Eh?
One on top of the other.
Oof.
23.
23.
Do you have improved initiative? Wink, wink, wink.
I'd actually like to do, I guess, initiative for stealth.
Well, if we do initiative, we would use that stealth.
Okay.
23. The creature doesn't seem to react.
Oh,
Yeah.
I told you
Okay,
it's
then.
probably not dead.
it's dead.
It doesn't react to the spell?
It's dead or undead.
No, to the
Opening the
opening
door.
the door.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What does it smell like in here?
Make a perception check.
Can I do it too?
I'm the
gonna
only
say
one in
no because
here.
you're not.
Oh,
in
you didn't
front of
open the door all the way.
That was resting
It
on
was,
a 20.
yes, I know, right?
It went from a 20 to a 2.
17.
Does it smell like death?
You can't smell much of anything because of the water rushing around you.
You just smell
Okay.
water.
The worst that could
Rip
happen.
off the band-aid, cast Disrupt Undead, we start
Yeah,
combat.
the worst that could happen is you cast the spell on a living person. It does nothing to them.
Yeah,
Okay, yes. I will do that then.
and it's a cantrip, right? Mm-hmm. So you're not wasting a spell slot.
Pray, my friend,
How
that
does
you are
this-
alive and just asleep.
He's dead. Can he be praying?
You tell me.
How does disrupt
Depends.
undead work?
2 actions: concentrate, divine, manipulate, vitality.
What save does he have to make?
Oh,
Fortitude.
disrupt undead anymore.
What is it now?
It's vitality lash.
Disrupt Undead sounds so much
nice.
cooler, though.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, vitality,
Lash?
It's the same thing. Critical failure.
Hot dog!
Oh.
Wait, is it undead?
Yes! This place isn't. They're all undead, unless they're prisoners.
42 damage.
Yeah. Okay. As you throw your bolt of positive damage at him, the hat flies off,
Does his head fucking explode?
and you see
Just a Dampier dude.
this. Yeah, it's just Chester.
Chester's unfound
Chester's
brother.
no longer next to you. He's at
No,
the
it's
desk.
it's so much worse. This is what you see.
Oh no!
Oh, I hate it.
Oh yes!
Oh,
It's
that's
got
incredible.
gears coming out of it.
You see this corpse of a humanoid that is just imbued throughout with clockwork gears and like pipes, almost like a clockwork skeleton with the corpse of a person hanging around it.
And he's got white hair?
He does, in fact, have white hair. You kill him immediately. And when you do so,
Does he explode?
no, he just like falls into pieces on the floor.
You're welcome.
When you do so, you see it looks like almost like a cable on connected to him, just like you never know when you have like a tape thing, measuring tape,
Yeah.
and you like release it, it goes,
Yeah.
you hear like, and you see like a cable going across the floor out of sight
Oh no, it's a
into
trap.
another room.
Either that's an alarm or he isn't self-op. I want to do a knowledge check on him.
Okay.
What do I roll?
Can we like step inside and like?
Crafting
I draw
or
my
undead
weapon.
lore or both?
You can roll Arcana or Crafting or
Really?
Undead Lore.
Okay.
I draw my weapon.
Which DC would be better?
Probably doesn't matter.
Really?
Yeah.
Because undead lore should be 2 cheaper because it's lore.
Sure. But is your lore lower than your crafting?
Oh wait, actually it is 1 lower than my crafting, meaning it would statistically be better.
Okay. It doesn't matter.
He's saying the check is different anyway.
26.
You've got a hero point.
I got a 5 on the die.
Yeah, critical success.
Really?
This is a creature -1.
Whoa!
No wonder it died from a critical.
Clockwork worker.
This is a clockwork shambler. It is a strange type of undead that you haven't seen before, but it functions like a zombie shambler, where it's slowed. It's a zombie, but this one's made of clockwork,
Because it's Alkenstar.
and it has a construct trait.
That's
Does that mean that I
interesting.
can't critical it?
No, you can
You
critical constructs.
Yeah, you can
I
critical
keep
it.
on having additionitis.
That's actually from
Oh no.
3.
Yes. What's up? Come on.
Can it not be critical?
I made a mistake.
Yes.
You threw this bolt at it. It does not die.
Okay.
Roll for initiative.
Oh,
I already rolled technically.
I said I drew
Everyone
my
else.
sword.
fair
I'm
enough.
so sorry. I was wrong. It's Chester, by the way, it's immune to vitality and void.
Oh,
Oh.
so it's more clockwork than it is undead?
Well then,
Should we just like
Here's the
redo that
question.
entirely?
No, listen, mistakes happen.
Nope,
Let's
that's
go
a
with
mistake.
That's just gameplay, baby.
Yeah, mistakes happen. It's okay.
I
So it's not
forgot.
dead. It's immune to the cantrip.
For gore.
I'm the most prepared for this set of encounters than I've ever been, and I totally forgot about that.
Would undead lore still work on it?
Yeah.
Okay. This is interesting.
would it have heard me cast this spell?
It doesn't matter. You cast the spell at this point. You landed on him, and it didn't work. So let's go ahead and do initiative. Psych here, we're going to use your stealth
Yeah.
score.
23 then.
Yeah, because this will start the combat, but it still may not have seen you, basically.
Since it did nothing to it, you're right.
Eleanor, what's your initiative?
I'm actually going to roll for this. 28.
28. And Chester?
38.
38. Jesus Christ. Yeah, my bad, guys. Basically, what happened was I was preparing this. I saw the construct trait. And this is a thing you got to watch out for as a GM in 2E, is there's a lot of times where there's a lot of stuff hidden behind traits that you're not certain of.
Yeah.
So I was just like, it's a zombie. It doesn't fucking matter. But that was behind the trait. Foundry helps you because Foundry will take all the data from those traits and throw it into the immunities anyway. But anyway.
We turned it into a learning moment.
Yeah.
Watch your traits.
All right. Yeah, because the construct trait prevents it from taking damage from that stuff, basically. Chester, you'll start us with a 38.
So my knowledge, we're going to carry over that knowledge check because I'm going to do my thing plus knowledge.
Sure.
All right. Knowledge-wise, is it, I get a lot of info. Weaknesses and resistances.
It has weakness slashing 5 like regular zombies.
All right. No special resistances other than construct stuff.
It is immune to all the construct stuff. Bleed, death, disease, doomed. There's also some undead stuff. Drained, fatigued, healing, mental, non-lethal attacks, paralyzed, poison, sick, and spirit, unconscious,
all right.
vitality, void.
Anything special about it? For instance, that black cable attached to it.
Not that you can figure out.
All right. So devise a stratagem is part of that. E. Well, let's go in there. That's one action. 2, 3, 4. And Chester is going to use his bladed scarf, which he's had in his hand since we got here, to attack. That was a 2 on the die, plus 20 for 22.
Critical hit.
Oh.
Boy.
Like I said, it is a creature -1. It is not long for this world.
6 plus... Oh, that's a really bad roll. 3 ones. 8, 3 ones is 11, plus 4 is 15. This is considered undead also?
Yes.
For Undead Slayer.
Yeah.
17 damage.
17 total?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's still alive.
Nice.
Wow.
I mean,
Very, very poorly.
Eleanor.
it might not have been dead. All right, I'm going to roll in there, and
Dark Souls?
I'm just going to attack.
Oh my goodness, Eleanor is a Dark Souls player. Roll.
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 Okay, but she would. It's part of the flair.
Rock.
So does a 22 hit?
That's a critical hit.
Oh, wait, that was a critical.
Yeah?
Double my damage.
Are you serious, Jacob?
I'm sorry. Look, you forgot it. I
You
forgot it.
took a critical hit away from...
You took a critical hit away from me.
I also rolled 22, so, like...
This is a shitty combat.
This really is.
I'm going to
Drow
say...
got
all
theirs
right.
taken.
That's
I
it.
got mine taken.
Jesus Christ, guys.
Episode.
New narrative. Eleanor comes in after Chester almost whiffs, runs it through with the sword. Its clockwork head pops off, and you see a bunch of like clockwork spider-like things fall off of it, and then the whole cable runs away out the door and around a corner.
Curses.
Can I stomp on these spiders?
Oh, they just fall away inert.
The cable.
Psycheer starts picking them up.
Are they going to be
eat them?
their new pets?
Psych here. No, it's metal.
Psycheer.
The flesh is weak. Don't eat metal.
Psycheer
My
just
jaw
wants
is
to
metal.
crunch them.
Can I do a crafting check to figure out about this cord?
Do sense motive or perception to sense motive, sorry.
I have a very good perception. 17 on the die for 37.
Yeah, you can tell that this is an undead thing in terms of it being, a zombie, but it's also more construct than zombie. And the main thing that you can pick up is that because it's more construct than zombie, it doesn't feel like it was a zombie operating /spam/. It felt like it was a marionette puppet.
So it is technically a zombie, but it's a zombie being piloted by clockwork.
Get in the fucking mech.
Its core is clockwork. Its outwards are zombie.
Yeah.
Chester relays this information. This is messed up.
It's most unsettling.
Hey, you've got Alkenstar lore, right, Chester?
Yo.
I do
I
too.
happen to know if
no,
that's just...
I don't actually have Alkenstar.
I do.
lore.
Okay.
Could I roll for that to see if that's normal?
Yeah, roll to recall knowledge.
Like, is that just a selection of workers here?
I don't think so.
I actually didn't do too poorly. That was a 23.
Yeah, you definitely know that this guy should be alive for shoresies, and you have never heard of clockwork zombies in your life.
Hey, Alkenstar kind of hates the undead. The whole Nex and or Geb thing going on. This is odd.
This
Hey,
isn't
this ain't
some
normal.
Geb BS, is it?
Probably a Gab clockwork thingy. This is Parsis.
I'm just proud of myself for remembering which one's which.
Or it could be because magic
Yeah.
necromancy. It could be the next guy. Ibrium.
That's why I'm asking, is it some
Wild.
Geb BS? This is interesting.
Could that cable have been powering it?
You don't know.
Okay.
Means we didn't roll well enough.
I guess the cable slips out, maybe slides through that door.
Should we follow the cable?
No, first we'll search the body, then we'll go to the roof.
Okay. Jacob, first we search the body. Gold.
You find 5 gold pieces on his body.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm just going to slap that in the party pool.
Fair enough.
Not enough to put on us individually. Make up for the Fulus we bought. Start making up for it.
Really?
All right, let's go.
I say we head to the roof and not follow that cable yet. Did you go to a roof? Bink, bink, bink.
The roof.
Bink.
The roof. The roof is on electricity.
Ooh. Bink, bink, bink,
I
bink,
wanted
bink,
to
bink,
follow the
bink.
cable.
I don't know if the cable's an alarm or a power source, so if we follow the cable, they might be expecting us.
Okay, so
You want to go up to the top, I know.
You start going up the stairs that wind around this big dome. As you're going up, you see enormous green glass windows into the room under the dome. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of hard to see because it's so heavily tinted and it's dark out.
But it's also foggy and smoggy and icky.
How does Psycheer feel about seeing this clockwork undead?
There is no spirit to that machine. That being said, they're not particularly bothered.
Why don't I describe what you see as you come up around? As you come up, the noise is still loud from the water. It's more loud from the waterfall because as you're walking up the stairs, you're going out over the waterfall because a good chunk of this building hangs over the edge of Alken Falls. Yeah.
Muglin's down there.
Are we gonna find Micah Mugland, but he's one of these things?
Oh, it'd be so cool.
You see 10 pillars, each topped with a ring of metallic coils, are spaced into 2 even rows across the Hydroforge's roof. Lances of electricity jump at random from pillar to pillar, illuminating the stonework with an azure light. Constant sparks of electricity or lightning leap into a large metal rail that hangs suspended between all the pillars. Supported by steel pillars, the metal rail leads away from the rooftop across the river and into the city. 10 large metal cables lead from the base of each pillar into a metal hatch on the roof nearby. So you see basically these huge poles crackling with lightning and electricity and a huge rail that they're all putting power to. And then there's a bunch of cables that feed each of the towers that go into this metal hatch. You should all be able to see this from the map. It is
It's
just
really cool.
dark. You make a perception check as you come up here.
Let's go. 29.
29. No, 19.
Ooh, 36.
I added the wrong number. I saw the 15 next to my 5 and got excited.
What was yours, Kat?
19.
Jacob?
36.
29.
Psyche here and Chester, you see a couple different creatures up on top of the pillars, hugging them almost. One of them is very big.
Where are they?
They're up on the 10 pillars, almost in between them and the rail. Doesn't look like they've spotted
glow
you.
with a pallid malice?
I mean, they had some good rolls.
Is there a stench in the air?
There is a stench in
beyond
the air. It looks like they have
water?
many Tesla towers coming out of their back.
Oh, that's terrifying and awesome.
I love this ring of fire resistance we got. We're going to be fighting lightning things.
You also see, all of you, that like lightning is just kind of between all the pillars.
How about this? Just to be on the cautious side, could I do a crafting check to see if there's a type of clockwork worker that would do this intentionally?
You don't need to roll that. That would be ridiculous.
Okay,
Clockwork beings are weak to electricity.
that's fair. Chester's going to mutter back behind him, hey, I don't think those things are supposed to be up there. Do we get a rough count of how many are up there?
It looks like there's 2 smaller ones and then a bigger one.
What things?
Those things, look up there.
Eleanor missed them. I was trying to.
Yeah. Right there. It's the big one, the 2 smaller ones. I bet you it's more than weird clockwork zombies. We should probably get rid of them.
It kind of reminds me of some of the enemies in V Rising when you get to the Gloomrot.
Uh-huh.
With the way that like the electricity is like outside it and attached and everything.
And they look like they're like, what, sucking the energy or just sitting there?
Like they're hugging it and like almost gnawing on it. They're humanoid.
Okay, yeah.
Can we see anything distinct about them?
You would have to get closer.
I would much rather start by shooting and then ask questions
Yeah.
later. Actually,
Stab first, questions later.
You know what? Chester's going to lose his loveless thing because he knows so much about that. He can just get it back almost any time. Chester's going to look at the evidence or clues of that big creature. He's going to sit there and pursue a lead on it while we
Okay.
are not in a fight.
That's
How long
smart.
does that take?
Let me tell you.
Fuck, I didn't roll to see if I exploded earlier.
It
wasn't a-
It was a trivial combat.
It was a creature -1.
The thing is, I want to get my spell back.
Don't worry.
You'll
sure you'll
have a chance to get it back soon, I'm sure.
1 minute.
Yeah, you can look at it. The more you look at it, it looks like some sort of humanoid creature. You're thinking, given the evidence, probably somewhere in the undead camp.
Yeah.
But it's a little far away, out of your vision range, and it's not facing you. Something feels wrong.
Like with this, like, are we falling into a trap or that doesn't belong there kind of
Oh, it
wrong?
definitely doesn't belong there, but like you got the feeling that something's wrong with this place.
I won't freak nobody out. Something's wrong here. I got that feeling on the back of my neck. Something ain't right. I think
Is
it's...
that where you got bit?
Really?
I never got bit by what?
You're a vampire, right?
I was born a vampire.
Ew.
Hey, Sakira, why don't you walk over there and go, like, stab him or something?
Sure.
Chester will walk back towards the boats. I don't know if it's a trap or whatnot, but those things don't belong here easily.
Because you guys were just at the edge of the stairs looking up at this thing.
Looking at their bodies, does it seem like they're built to climb?
You guys cannot tell from the distance you're at. If you want to know more, you're going to have to walk up to them.
We're being given the get in there or get out.
Okay. My corpse ward amulet is still active.
Hot dog.
I could get closer. See if
I'd rather just shoot it. Worst comes to worst, we just run down the stairs.
there might be like a power thing that I could switch off. I could even use the invisibility on my armor.
That's up to you. My vote. Shoot first, ask questions later.
Eleanor's just like, I can only do damage from melee range.
Well, if they're just hanging out there, how far away are they?
Good question.
Does this look like they're constructs too?
You'd have to walk up and get a look at them. I think that thing's like 10, maybe 15 feet up in the air. Basically, there's all these like steel Tesla tower things and this huge rail that they're all like connecting to.
Yeah.
And the zombies are on top of the towers and the rail, just like.
Ah, they are zombies.
They're like up in the
Yeah.
rails.
Okay, then let's get closer.
But they don't look like what you saw in the thing.
They're different from the reception room one.
Yep. I can say that much. There's zombies.
Just do something.
Yeah, I'm
Shoot them.
gonna shoot it.
All right, let's roll initiative.
Yeah, let's do it.
Roll stealth.
Stealth.
Well, you're trying to not be seen.
I guess.
Or are we going in guns
technically.
blazing?
Yeah, roll stealth.
I mean, I'm shooting a gun, so guns blazing, but fair enough. Oh, actually, that's not all that much worse.
31.
31 for Psyche here.
Nice.
Yes.
Chester.
That is a 10 plus 18 for 28.
28. Eleanor.
32.
32. All right. Let's go ahead and start this thing.
Chester has his gun drawn, by the by. He would have put away his scarf and pulled out his gun before we did this.
And I still have my sword out from that last combat.
Eleanor, what are you going to do?
What do you mean? Oh, because they're... Okay, if my thoughts are this as Eleanor. If they attack and these things fall, I can do my usual dash in and stab.
All right. So delay.
Yeah, I'm basically waiting for them.
If that's the case, do you want to just do after you?
Too late.
I would say it's probably too late for that.
It is too late. Psyche here, same thing. What are you going to do?
Since there's nothing else to do,
Going to wait?
no, I'm going to do an extended Disrupt Undead just to see if it works.
On targeting the closest one?
Yes.
All right.
Just tell me if it works or not.
Yeah, what's your... Oh, I have to roll Fortitude save. I
Yes.
see. Sure thing. Critical failure. You shoot a bolt of positive
Oh my
energy.
god. 66655.
So that-
66 damage.
66 damage.
Please
All right.
tell me that
That's
works.
why you ask if it affects him first, because you don't want to roll that
Yeah.
good being taken away.
Yeah, you critically hit. It critically fails because it didn't know you guys were here. You shoot this like white beam of positive energy at it, and as it does, it's illuminated by the light from your spell, and you can see that this is in fact a zombie, and it looks like this.
Oh no.
It's some
a dwarf.
Frankenstein mess. Like bolts and electricity coming out of its back and patchwork.
Your dog. That's
And you
creepy.
see, as this happens, there are two other ones and a big one. The big one, they all, narratively speaking, drop down. The big one is large sized, and you see it has a bottle blonde haircut and a mustache. And that's where we're going to pick up in our next episode.
Yes!
Bottle cap. They did predict it. They did
Yes!
predict it.
Take your bottle cap.
It's Alkenstar Mecha Mugland.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Third Gallon Podcast. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing, rating, and reviewing us. If you want to see more from us, check out our website, thirdgallon.com, or follow us on Twitter. We are at Third Gallon, that's THIRD Gallon. We are also on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook with the same handle, at Third Gallon. We also publish a video version of this podcast on YouTube, which you can find on our channel, The Third Gallon Podcast. If you'd like to support the show, check out our Ko-fi page. You can find us at ko-fi.com/thirdgallon. That's KO-FI/third gallon. Our theme music for this season is Delta Rust, composed by Andy Ellison. Our ambience for this episode was composed by Michael Ghelfi, and you can find more of his work on his YouTube channel, Michael Ghelfi Studios. And you can support his awesome work at patreon.com/Michael Ghelfi. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.